Pleased to have with us in our final segment Angelo Padin, who's the president of WooCutz and Simplicity Tech LLC. Angelo, welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Murray.
Good, good. First, let me start off by thanking you for your service to our country as a former member of the United States Marine Corps.
One fact you always remember.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that. Takes people like you, special people like you, to take care of the rest of us. So I want to at least thank you for that. But Angelo, I find kind of your kind of entrepreneurial story, really interesting, and in many ways an example of kind of how technology is permeating really every sector. I mean, you come from a family of barbers, and when you think about the city of Worcester and the neighborhoods or any community, kind of one of those places that people kind of oftentimes think it stays the same, and oftentimes a barber cuts hair for generations of families over 40. Technology's impacting that too.
Exactly.
And so you've been able to kind of take that traditional concept of the local neighborhood barber, blend it with technologies. Why don't you tell us a little bit about WooCutz?
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for having me on here. Honestly, Startup Worcester and the Chamber has really been able to invigorate my business.
Yeah, and you were one of our Startup Worcester selectees. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So it's awesome to see communities being built in a digital atmosphere. So using social media, I mean, Facebook alone has 1.2 billion users. Instagram has 800 million. And 5 years ago, when I started to see like you were saying, the disruption of technology into industries, I started to see, obviously Uber was coming in and disrupting the whole taxi industry. I started to look at the barbering industry, and just like you were saying, it was an industry where not much changes had happened. You walked in, you sat down, or you had the guy that you knew, things like that, but the way that they were taking payments was the same, their pricing was the same, their marketing was the same, which was basically non-existent, kind of word of mouth. But I was able to create a platform with WooCutz to be able to get people out there, right? So everyone always thinks, oh, Angelo, you're an awesome barber. No, I'm not. I'm not a barber. I'm actually just a marketer. So I use social media to market and promote. Obviously, with WooCutz, it's the beauty and barber industry, but even myself as a brand, I turned myself into a brand. I'm Ambitious Angelo now. People go around and they actually see me, and they see my work online or some of my videos, and it's created an actual brand. And using social media, I would encourage all types of industries out there to capitalize on it.
So let's just drill down on WooCutz for a minute. So for example, if I'm a barber, I own a store on Main Street, or a store on Stafford Street or on Pleasant Street. How do I use WooCutz?
Well, WooCutz is a network for the beauty and barber industry. So we connect professionals with other brands as well, but we're also really trying to connect the consumers to the actual establishments. So you can go on WooCutzSoftware.com right now, and you can get a 30-day trial for our software that actually helps manage your barbershop or your salon. So we're using technology to automate your text reminders for appointments. Or let's say you want to get out a Christmas card out to your clients. You just don't think about the time. It's automated into our system, inventory management. So we're making the barbershop and the salons more efficient using our technology. We also have our...
Let's just use that for a second, because I want our viewers to kind of understand. So, in the past, you mentioned it. You'd walk into the barbershop, there might be a line, you'd wait, might wait the hour or two, because that's what you did. Then people would pick up the phone and try to make an appointment, or what's the wait. Now, with the advent of handheld devices, people can text, they can get on through Facebook. So if you're a small business owner, which is what most barbershops, salons, beauty, you got to manage all that, and you got to be responsive to your customers. So this helps if someone wants to text and set up a time. Hey, what's the wait time? You can
exactly. So we're trying to centralize everything as well, because we understand that barbers and stylists, their time is money. Their hands literally is their money makers. So the less time that they have to be on their phones, and the more times that they can be behind the chair and cutting hair, that's most beneficial for them. So we're trying to like you said, bring it to a central point where their barbershop managers actually can manage the whole shop with one dashboard, one website where they can see their employees, they can see the calendar, they can see their inventory, and even replenish their inventory right through our system.
And the other business, because we just got a couple minutes left, is Simplicity Tech. Tell us about that.
Correct. So Simplicity Tech was created to help make technology simple to the modern small business owner, right? So you know, there's these social media networks that literally are popping up every single year. Right. You know, if we started out with MySpace, you know, before that it was America Online, you know, I don't know how far back our viewers go, but you know, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Snapchat, we have Twitter, we have all of these things that honestly, my generation, we grew up with these things, so we understand it inside and out. Now we're using that power to leverage it for business side. You know, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg was really, really smart when he held out, not selling out Facebook, because he saw the long-term vision of what it could really become. And we're using that with what that platform has become, Facebook. Billions of people on that. You know, people use it for distractions or maybe keeping up with families. Right now we're using it for communication methods for our disaster relief. But you can also use it for business. You can get it out there and not just spray and pray. I've had customers, clients that I've do analysis for them, and they spend $16,000 on direct mailings instead of using $5,000 and aim specifically through targeted marketing through Facebook and Instagram. You know, and it's hard to break some people out of that traditional marketing shell.
But if you're worried about doing the barber, you know, making the cupcakes, you know, manufacturing the widgets, you know, you need somebody who can help you handle that, and that's what you're doing.
That's
so a business would contract with you to say, you know, sit down, who are you trying to target, who are you trying to message, what's the most cost-effective and effective way to do it.
Exactly. So we have clients right now that we're working with all over the city. One of my favorite ones is the WISH Task Force, the Worcester Impact on Sexual Health, because the ROI on that is different. You know, a lot of people define success differently, and it's obviously we have to eat and we have to make money, but the purpose of what's behind that is amazing.
So if someone wants to get a hold of you?
Yes, follow me, Ambitious Angelo or Ambitious Advertising or WooCutz. Any of those brands, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and get at us, and we can get an appointment with you guys.